Yes. Hello, we are alive.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, it's so great to be with you, Meir.
It's so nice to be with you. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I love our conversations because I've been I've been playing with what we've been doing, and it's amazing how quickly it gets results.
Yep, that's
Like
the game. That's the name of the game, results.
so for instance, I was walking this morning and and I wanted to address this, the ups and downs that people have. So I was walking this morning and I was coming from like, oh, we're not getting what we're looking for, or this is challenging, or why is this so hard? And I'm thinking about all the struggles, and I'm walking because I'm the boss. I'm
Yeah.
walking and doing my 20 minutes of fast walking, and and all of a sudden I went, wait a second, why did I decide the game had to be hard? I'm
Mm,
making that hard. Like, what is that about? I'm like, well, okay, I'm really good at making it a challenging game. I'm really good at creating struggle, but couldn't I just create ease? And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I make the right decisions. I know intuitively my decisions are correct. If I
Yeah.
don't know, I can always ask for support and guidance, instead
Yeah.
of sitting in my own little washing machine going around and around. So I wanted to really talk to you because you have this amazing way of viewing the world where everybody's amazing, everybody's fantastic, we're all perfect as we are, and we just forgot.
Yeah.
And to the point where even my relationship with my brother is improving. I mean, I can
Wow.
see like the quality of our relationship is just really, today we had such a lovely connection. It was really beautiful.
Wow. Well
So
done. Very well
thank
done to
you,
you.
right? Like really, really nice. And so I want to talk about the ups and the downs that people have, right? Like you have these big awarenesses and you're like, this is amazing. And then one day later, 2 days later, you're like, how is it going to work? What's going to happen? Why was I thinking that way? So I can't be the only one having this experience.
Yeah. People have ups and downs. And the reason is your biggest enemy is that you are perfect. Like the worst thing that could happen to you, that everything will be very, 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 very good, because then it's boring.
So we create our dramas.
So you create the drama, but there's two ways. There's a positive and negative way to create it. The negative way is when drama happen and you say it happens to me and I have nothing to do and da da da. Then you're in effect and you've been punched. On the other hand, you can say, I did it, and it's a beautiful barrier. So you've got two ways on looking at life. One,
Okay.
life is full with problems, and the definition of the word problem is an counter effort that I cannot overcome.
Okay.
Where the definition of the word barrier, life is full with barriers. Barriers is something I put there to overcome, to show me and everyone that life is beautiful.
Ooh, so one
Why?
is a
Why?
cause and one is an effect.
Yeah, the one is cause and one is effect. Why? Because you're sad when you cannot overcome things.
Right.
You are happy when you overcome things.
Yes.
You are happy when you overcome things. You're not happy when you achieve things. You are happy when you overcome things. So if you're born to a very rich family and they gave you a gold spoon and fed you and they moved your mouth because it was, God forbid, you will have to chew. So they had a lady that moved your mouth. then, then you're miserable. The
Right.
worst people are those people that are born to a very rich family and their family did not let them produce. They're miserable. They will become
Right.
drug addicts. They will become the worst people in the universe because there's no barriers. On the other hand, you have those people that had just problems. Problems is the same, just with the minus. It's exactly the same because you think that you cannot do something about it. A barrier is something that you simply think that you can do something about it. Not solve it, not even overcome it, just do something about it, which means you are not total effect. The moment that you're not total effect, there will be no jail for you. there will be no pain for you. Because for as long as you're busy overcoming barriers, you're busy being happy. For as long as you're busy overcoming barriers, you're busy being happy. The moment that you become unhappy is when you sit down and stop going against your barriers.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. And the other thing too is the barrier even to getting started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm embarking on something new and it's like, well, I'm thinking about it and then I have all this stuff that comes up because I'm not doing anything yet. I'm just thinking about it, right?
So now I'm like, it's not a barrier, it's a problem. A problem is force counter force. It's not moving. A barrier, there is some movement. In a barrier, there is some movement. You're doing some progress. You didn't overcome it, but you're doing some progress. With the problem, there is no progress. Is this two sides are I push, you push, I push, you push. Nothing happening. So problem is steady, is sitting there. A barrier, there is some counter intention. There is something that push you, but it's you can overcome it, or you can push it, or you can go around it. Or you can do something about it. When you did not start, it means that you still consider it a problem. So you are as powerful. How do you know how powerful a person is? How fast he overcome his barriers. And how many barriers he's willing to have. Most people looking for no problems.
Most people are looking to remove barriers, right? They're thinking,
they're looking for no problems.
Right now.
They don't actually know the difference between problems and barriers. They want no problems. I don't want problems. I don't want problems. And people will tell you, I don't want any problems. I just don't want any problems. Take the problems away.
Right.
It's incorrect. It's not that you don't want problems. You actually looking for, you should be a radar for barriers.
Okay.
You should be a radar for barriers. You should take problems and turn them into barriers. The moment that you took a problem and turned it into a barrier, something I consider that I can do something about. The moment that you know you can do something about it, you won the game.
Sweet. So just get started.
Just get started and know you can do something about it, because the basic law is if you can improve in a millimeter or an inch, you can improve in a mile.
Say that again.
If you can improve in an inch, you can improve in a mile. There is no limitation. If you can just improve. A problem is a problem because people don't want, they want the problem solved.
Right.
And that's why it's a problem, because you don't solve problem. You overcome barriers. You don't solve problems. So you overcome barriers, yes. So you should expect that there's some effort, because the effort is what you enjoy. People go and run and jump, and when you are young, you run faster and more and more and more. When you are old, you become less and slower, and that's what makes you old. That you don't go faster, that you don't try to overcome more barriers, that because you decided, okay, that's it. You've been convinced by society that you cannot overcome barriers anymore. And when you decide that everything is a problem, you die. For as long as you have a little bit of a barrier, something you can overcome, you're alive. So your job is to increase the size of your barriers.
I love that, because it's so counter to what everybody's saying, right? And again, even just thinking about problems as barriers.
Yeah.
Just even the distinction, like I have no problems, I only have barriers.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Because every barrier I can do something about, even if I only move it an inch.
Exactly.
I'm already won.
Yeah. The moment that you showed that you are boss, you move it in an inch, you are the boss. You're saying you move, it moves. An inch, it's okay, not a problem. Tomorrow you will move 2 inches. You're the boss. And at that moment, you are winning.
You know, I love that, because there's what I've found in working in personal development for a decade is really looking at people, if they don't have these dramatic results, then somehow they feel like they're a failure, right? And I've bought into that in my own life too, where what you said that's brilliant is just get an improvement. Yeah. It doesn't even matter what it is, but as so long as you're improving. So it doesn't matter where you're starting or what's coming up for you, just improve something.
Yeah, improve something. And the reason people have a problem with that and they cannot overcome it, the reason for the problem why they're stuck is because people have a secret model of what does it mean to be successful. They have a secret picture that they say, until this do not happen, I'm not successful. And that thing is something that will never be achieved, because if it will be achieved, they will have no game anymore.
Right. And I have to tell you, that is so true. And also the other I would say the other racket with that is the picture will change. If you get too close to it, it changes.
So
right. So it's like, as I get closer, I keep moving so I'm always in right.
They put something that they say this need to be achieved in order to be successful. And that invalidate success, because success is not an actual point. Success is not a point. Success is something totally different. Success is actually the sum of all validated improvement, and actually success is a change, is not a point.
So long as something is changing or improving.
Let me explain. So the definition of the word success is the sum of all validated improvements. So what does it mean? Let's say this is a failure, and this is a failure. You have a lot of failure, and this is success. When you'll be like that, you'll be successful. So what you need is improvement and improvement and improvement. It's validated improvement. You report to improvement. At one moment, you overcome this basic line and you become successful, because from here up is success. All of these things is success. So success is a change of condition. It's not a location, and everyone thinks that success is a location. I want to become a success. You're not becoming successful. You're changing from wanting to be successful to being a doctor, to being rich, to being something, but not successful. Success is only desirable when you have failure.
Okay, so speak more about that, because we're all trained to, like, every program will say, set a goal, have a big thing that you're going for. And from what I'm hearing is you're automatically a failure in that mindset.
Yeah, you cannot set a goal and achieve it and blah, 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 blah. Nonsense. You can achieve 5 seconds. You need to say the sum, the number of validated improvement. I want this and this and this and this and this and this, and every small thing I validate. And it's the number, not the size. Goal is the size. It is the number of improvements, not what you do. What you do is the result of the number of improvements. So if I learn how to play guitar, and I will wait, and I will say, my goal is to be Eric Clapton, yes? And so I will never be Eric Clapton, because I will always be a millimeter away, because he's always progressing.
Right.
And so I will never be there, and so I'm always a failure. But if I would say, I want to be successful, and I know that success is a change of viewpoint. It's the moment where I don't want to be successful anymore. Success is the moment that I don't want to be successful anymore. Because if I want to be successful, I am a failure, because only failures want to be successful. And how do you achieve it? Not by setting up goals. It's by overcoming small barriers. Overcoming barrier. And another one, and you're counting every day that you improve, every small improvement, you report to yourself, I improve. And one day you realize I can play guitar. You don't set up a goal, I want to play guitar. Because if you set up a goal, I want to play guitar, the distance is so far that the runway is so long that you will fail 70 billion times, and every day you will report to yourself, oh, I'm still not a good guitar player. I'm still not a good guitar player. Every day, regardless of how much you practice, I'm still not a good guitar player. So you're reporting to yourself failure. Even if you will succeed, you will think that you're a failure.
Oh my God, that explains so much.
Yeah. So you don't look
So
for
it's
this
just
success.
looking at validated improvements every day. Just, I got this done. And like you said, you were talking about the 5-second rule, right? So in this moment, like something off topic, but equally funny, as you were talking about no wheat, like no starches, which is like grains, right? And sugar. So I decided at cause that I was going to test your theory with the chocolate chip cookie because I was feeling really, really good yesterday. So I was like, I ate a really healthy lunch, all my regular justifications. And I'm like, I'll eat a cookie and see what happens. And then all of a sudden, I just started seeing problems.
Yeah.
It was crazy how like out of nowhere, all of a sudden I went from like everything going well, like focusing on little things going, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, that didn't work out. Well, look at that didn't work out. No, by the way, you said you do this, and then you didn't do this, and then before I know it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like where did I end up? And it was crazy. It was a cookie, and I've never ever made that, like when you had said that and you were talking about, like, people say clean up their diet, eat better, whatever. So, if I have a cookie, no one's gonna know. I mean, I'll know, but when you realize, when you know what the shift is actually in your world, now all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, why do I really want to work that? If I want to work that hard at cause, fine. But it's like, no.
Yeah. You see, the number one thing to understand is the definition of success. No one actually defines success. This is my definition. I never heard that definition anywhere that someone defined that success is the sum of all validated improvement. And from that, once you understand that, the obvious thing is that success is a target only for failures. And when I said that first time, people look at me like I'm crazy. But it's if you think about it, it's true. Only ugly people want to be beautiful. Only weak people want to be strong. Only people that don't love want to love. Only, you understand? So once you understand that, you see that all of those achievements, you arrive to them at an improvement. And another improvement that you report to yourself. It's a sum of all validated improvement. If you didn't report to yourself an improvement, it's not an improvement, it's a failure. It's not that it didn't happen, it's a failure, because anything in this universe is either plus or minus. So if you did not say it's plus, it will become a minus. Anything you did not say it's plus today, you actually making it automatic minus. Why? Because love comes before hate. So if you didn't say love, you will create hate. The hate is automatic, the plus is created. So this is really unbelievable.
This is so cool. Okay, go ahead.
So if you did not report to yourself an improvement, it's not that you did nothing. You actually dig your own grave, because unknowingly you reported a failure. Any second you didn't see good, you create automatically bad. So it's not that you do nothing. You either report to yourself all the time, wow, it's so beautiful, it's so amazing, it's so. You either see blue, white, amazing, beautiful, or you see everything is bad, everything is a problem, just blood all over, disaster, red. Yes?
Yeah.
So,
Oh my gosh. I love the quote that you had in there, which is, any second you don't report good, it's an automatic failure. So it's like, you could be doing great, but if you're not willing to acknowledge moment by moment what you did well, even like, I went to the store and I got lunch and I didn't get a candy bar. That's a huge improvement for me, right? Because it's like,
I went to the store. Do you know how many people want to go to the store and they cannot?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's a complete different way of looking at it. So I want to talk about the other part that I really want to dive into, but before I go there, I really want you to speak about that. the sum of all validated improvements, when you say, oh, I went to the store, I don't see that as a success necessarily.
It's an improvement. It's an improvement. It's an improvement. It's better than not going. Okay, what is wrong timing? How would you define the word wrong timing? Or what is right timing?
Oh, wrong timing would be wanting to, but not being able to.
Okay, good. So, what is wrong timing? When you want, when you can, you don't want.
Okay.
And when you want, you cannot.
Okay, so when you can, you don't want.
You can go to the gym that you don't want, but you cannot. When you cannot went to the gym, your legs cut. You want. When you can go out and have fun, you don't. But when you want to go, you cannot. When you can love your children, you don't. But when you want, you cannot because they're gone. This is wrong timing, and this is happening only because you don't validate your improvement. Because if you will validate your improvement, you will never say you don't. You will do more and more and more. Because life is motion.
Yes.
And every time you didn't report an improvement, you actually created a stop.
Okay, anytime I want to talk more about the improvement. So you, like for me, I didn't even think that going to the store was an improvement, or getting out of bed and taking a shower is an improvement, or walking the dogs is an improvement, or so can you speak a little bit about that? Because there's so much that we assume, like there's so many people that don't have arms to brush their hair or whatever. So there's a huge mind shift. It's almost like mind floss, right? It's like a whole different way of thinking about it. The things we take for granted that we can do, we don't consider improvements.
It's an improvement because you didn't do it before. You were sleeping before, now you woke up. It's an improvement. You washed your teeth and before they were dirty. That's an improvement. You went to the shower and before you didn't. That's an improvement. You made breakfast, now you didn't. That's an improvement. You made breakfast and you threw it away and you do another one. That's two improvements. You know.
I love that because it's so simple. And what we're talking about, what I love while I'm learning with you is that we make things so complicated, and complicated equals lies. It's farther and farther from the truth, right? And people say, oh, you have to get this, but it's so complicated. And now if I hear that, I just won't participate. Yeah. Like I've just kind of gone, oh, complicate now. Now I want to get back to the truth, as simple as possible. So I love that you gave that example because, you know, there's people that are stuck in their house. It's like, I cleaned my room. That's an improvement. I made breakfast. That's an improvement. I washed the dishes. I put them away. That's an improvement. I did the laundry. That's an improvement. I slept. That's an improvement. You don't have to go out conquering.
You know what make an improvement an improvement?
What?
You made that it is. You said that it is.
So long as I define it as an improvement,
improvement is you, not the physical universe. I punch myself. That's an improvement.
So it's even bigger than that, where I'm just deciding whatever it is that I'm doing is an improvement.
Validate you. It's your viewpoint because it's your viewpoint. You decide what's good and what's not. It's for you. You decide. You decide. You put it. You put it there. You need to. It's the fact that you're reporting an improvement. If you will do that, if you will be able to go for a day with non-stop improvement, oh, that's amazing. Wow, this is why. This is so beautiful. This color is so beautiful. This thing. Oh, and the screen. And whoa, I have a screen. Yo, and I have this interview. Whoa, and I know you. Wow. And I have a camera. That's amazing. And I actually feel great. It's amazing. And I can move my body. It's just unbelievable. And if you go like that and just look like that, look like that, look like that, you cannot do that for a day. If you do that for 1 hour, you will see that all of a sudden gold will follow you from heaven.
Wow.
Seriously, you.
So I challenge everyone watching, do it. You have nothing to lose and
1 hour.
100% to gain. Just 1 hour. So play a game. Hey, start with 10 minutes. Like just do 10 minutes. 1 hour may be too big, right? We don't want to set you up for failure, but start with 10 minutes. See if you can do it for 10 minutes. Like, oh my God, wow, that's my favorite picture. Oh, look, I have iced tea. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, I have everything that I need, right? Like just being able
what will happen, you will feel all kind of things happening to you. You'll feel discharge. You'll feel change in the viewpoint. You'll feel change in the space. Don't think, oh, I'm imagining. That's an improvement. Report it.
Yes.
Report it. That's an improvement. That's an improvement. And you will see that you will get more and more that actually you will have to stop very quickly because you will be bigger than you. You will go out of your body. You will go exterior. You will feel the most unbelievable sensation, better than anything you expected. And in that position, whatever you'll decide will happen.
Wow. So do this for 10 minutes, give it a go, see what happens, report your wins, right? Report your improvements here, come back to wherever you're watching this, report your improvements, do this. It doesn't, you get to choose if you are stuck in a mindset. You get to choose what's happening to you. And you don't have to go out and cure cancer in order for your life to have meaning or for it to change magnificently, right? It's really the sum of validated improvements. And if we can keep it that simple, then we're not worried about being a success, because if we're a success, then we're already a failure.
Exactly. Simple.
Because we're seeing the lack of what we don't have. We're pretending we already don't have it.
Yeah.
You can't win, right?
Yeah. Let me just give quickly the link.
Oh, yes, please. Yes. This is so exciting.
So if you want to follow me, go to Meir Ezra Official on Instagram and just follow me. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, Meir Ezra, and YouTube, Meir Ezra. And on Sunday, I'm doing a free, totally free, but not easy webinar. And I'm going to talk to you about how did you end up here and why this place is such a difficult place and what can you do about it. And the webinar is part of a series, free series that called the Yoga Sutras, or The Secret Path to You, the Lost Art of the Yoga Sutra. The truth is that the name is not really important. What's important is that I give you the blueprint of life. You will find things that will change your life. How do you register? You send me 5 kisses and no, I'm joking.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, the improvement. How do you register? You either go to my bio on Instagram and click the bio. There's a link there. And otherwise, www.meirezra.com/yoga. And be there, you'll see it will change your life.
Oh my gosh, it's made a huge difference in mine. I mean, things that would challenge me and what's amazing and what I love the most is you move at a pace where everybody understands. You don't go past anything you don't understand. And you will, because I've been on calls where people data dump on you. Yeah. And it's like, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this. And I start yawning. I start tuning out. I'm like, none of this is helpful. You go so fast. We're getting nothing other than a barrage of open cycles of things that we have yet to do. Right. And so that just makes me feel worse. But you go at a pace that's so like step by step by step, and you actually understand, and you're encouraged to say, I don't get it. Not like in school, but here you're encouraged to say that, because if you don't say it, there's 20 other people that are thinking it. Exactly. And then all of a sudden it starts coming together. And then as it comes together, all of a sudden it feels like that, almost like there's like a fog moved on you, and it just starts lifting, right? Colors get brighter. It's amazing how simple it is.
Yeah. I teach in a different way. So first of all, I teach in an interactive way. You talk to me while I'm teaching you through the chat. So that's number one. And number two, I have this deep knowingness that you know. And what I'm doing, I'm not giving you data. I'm actually helping you to remove falsities. because you already know. And it sounds very weird when I said that at the beginning, but the only way to learn is by removing data, not by adding data. Because the spirit knows, and every time you've got someone that come and tell you, let me show you something, let me teach you, you have this thing of, who are you to teach me? And you are right, because you know. And when I convince you that you need to learn from me, I actually suppressed you. So at the beginning of every seminar, I will tell you, and I will put it again and again and again, that everything I say is not true unless it's true for you. And everything that I tell you, you already know. And people tell me at the beginning, so why do you teach us? Because you already know, and I just need to help you to see that you know. You don't believe how powerful you are. People don't want you to know how powerful you are because they want to make themselves powerful. I'm not important when I teach you. I actually think that if you think that the more you think that I'm important, the worse you will get. And I said that many times, and I know people think that I am important, and it's not true. I'm not the one that giving you the data. The only way for you to get is to know by realizing when you have this, oh wow, so that's how it is. At that moment, it's yours, it's not mine. I came up with a 5-second rule, yes? I came up with that, as far as I know, first time I came up with that. Okay, fine. It's not mine. It belongs to anyone that can use it.
Exactly.
It's not mine, because if it's mine, then I have a few puppets that listening to me, and I move you. I don't want puppets. I want powerful people. It's yours. It's not mine. I say that I invented that from nothing. You reinvent it for yourself. Make it yours. It's yours. Because if it was not yours, I wouldn't be able even to teach you. Because the only reason that I can teach you is that I'm getting you to see that you already know it. So if I'll tell you it's mine, I'm actually cheating you. I'm lying to you.
Well, being in the personal development world, it's all about you don't know and I have to teach you and I'm the expert and let me be an expert in my field and you come to me and I'll impart my wisdom. And again, what I've realized in being in this for years is everybody has their viewpoint and they're selling you their viewpoint. Yeah. You're actually buying their viewpoint. You're not buying what they do. You're buying the way they look at the world. And that means you're a mini me. Like there's plenty of
they're making you smaller because it's less of you, more of them. And the purpose
and then you see them getting duplicates of themselves. And it's like, that's not authentically who you are. And I love that you are so, and it's uncomfortable because you're putting the power back on me. I have to now be responsible. I can't put it on you and say, well, Meir, I'm not successful because it's your fault. You're like, I've never been the person here. I'm just, all you are is like the catalyst. You're the one that just directs us back to ourselves to say, yes, you've been trained to listen to others. Listen to yourself. You've been trained to listen to others. So like when I was walking today and I went, wait a second, I'm making the game hard. I'm doing that. All of a sudden it became mine because I got it. I was like, oh, well, it's not going to be hard anymore. And then I just decided. But until that moment, it's like you just sort of like put us in the pot where we have all the information. And then what will happen is we'll start coming to our own.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I so love and appreciate it. And you have zero desire to have anybody put anything on you. You're like, absolutely not. You keep ownership because then you're disempowered. And I have oftentimes there's people that want to not let their students be more successful than them, or there's like competition or whatever, and there's none of that. It's just fun. It's a game. You show up, you play, you start validating the sum of all your improvements, and as you do it, the more you do that, the more you improve, and then it's just woohoo.
It's you. And sometimes people say, what they tell me, you told me to do that. I didn't tell you to do that. No, I show you something. You need to find if it's real for you. If it's real for you, you do that because it's yours. You have to make it yours. Otherwise, it will not work. Because if it's mine, it will contain a lie from your viewpoint because you look at that from a different place. it has to be yours. It has to be, you need to recreate it. And then how do you know if someone is your friend? Because he makes you more cause. How do you know if you have an enemy? He wants to make you more effect.
Wow. And they may or may not even be conscious about why they're doing it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are running around on automatic pilot because that's just that's
But
their
you need to know. Yeah, you need to know. Even if they do that unintentionally, I'm not saying that they're bad, but I know that if someone tells me I'm an effect, thank you very much. One of the first things that I didn't like about my religion with my dad is that it was, well, it's all from God. Well, I know it's all from God. I actually agree with that. God is the power, but God made me in his vision, his shape. I'm part of God, which means he gave me that ability from my viewpoint, to make the decision. Yes, he's a higher power than me, not a problem. I have no problem with that. But as long as I'm a human being, what I do, it's me, it's not God. Because how can I blame God for something that I did? Because then I can just go kill people, steal, and well, it's God wish, It's just God wish. He wanted me to kill. He wanted me to steal. No, it's not God. It's my wish.
Yes.
So this is what I think God will expect from us. Be responsible.
Do we have time for one more question?
Of course.
Okay. So you had talked before about two concepts. I don't know if we can get to both, but I want to open up the door for them because they're fascinating. Because you said two things. One, people actually don't know how to work and they don't know how to get a result.
Yeah.
They spend a lot more time in activity versus productivity. And it's not even whether they think they can or not, but they just don't know. So would you speak into that? Because that's a really big concept. And I want to crack the can on that.
We need to do a whole talk about that.
Oh, we need to hold on that? Okay.
But I give you just one thing, just in an exercise, okay?
Okay, that would be great.
In anything, you can be someone. Let's say you are a father, and then you can do something, and as a result, you have something. Yes?
Right.
Anything in the universe, you can be someone, you do something, and as a result, you have something. So be, do, have. The difference between a robot and a person is that a robot is being something, and he do without any concept of what the robot will have. The robot don't know what he's going to have. He doesn't know if he's doing automatic cans, or if he's painting a wall, or if he's moving something. He's a robot. He's just doing, and he knows he's a robot. He's got a program that says you are a robot and you do that thing. And if while he's doing something, he's breaking something, he doesn't know. He's just doing it. He's a robot, okay? That's a robot. So a robot do without actually intending to have a result. A man, on the other hand, want to have something, and so he do, and so he become. So whenever you do something where the end is not what cause you to do the thing, you are a robot. Whenever you tell to someone to do something, you're making him a robot. Whenever the situation forces you to do something, you are becoming a robot. Now, this, in order to have the whole concept, you of course need to understand what does it mean to have. To have do not mean to hold something, because you don't have things. You cannot have anything. The only thing that you can have is the communication with the thing. You don't have a car, you have a communication with the car. You don't have a wife, you have a communication with the wife. You don't have a husband, you have a problem. And a communication with the husband.
You're so funny. So silly.
So you don't have something, you have a communication with the thing. So how this all working together, etc., This we should do a whole separate Facebook Live just on that, because it's such an important concept. Because if you can understand that, you will be able to actually achieve something. And otherwise, you will just do like a robot. And most people, if they will look at all the things that they've done in the last day, they will see it didn't progress them a millimeter or a centimeter or an inch towards what they want to achieve in life. They actually went backward. They got older, they spent money, they exerted energy, but they didn't get closer to what they wanted. Why? Because they don't know what they want to get. So how can you get closer to if you don't know what you want to get to? You act like a robot.
Right. So if we don't know what we want, then how do we get to know what we want?
Yeah. The problem is more than not, you don't know what you want. You don't know actually to define what does it mean want.
Okay, so this is a much bigger conversation. We'll have this bigger.
That you want to get. What's this thing that called result? How do you define the word result? I promise you that when we'll talk about it, 99.9% of people cannot define what result mean.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So these things to look at. So we have.
I know. I'm so happy. I can't wait. I love sharing you with my community. I love having these conversations with you because you give people access to themselves. Or I should say, you open the door so they can choose to have access to themselves if they want it, right? Exactly. You give them their choice. So, you know, especially if people have stayed on this long, there's so much to get. And what's beautiful too is just go and just start the conversation. See if it's something that resonates with you. You have absolutely nothing to lose. You can invest a little bit of time, but you know, you watch Netflix, so you've got nothing to lose. This is actually something that's going to better your life. So check it out, because I know for a fact, just with me, it's when I get in that washing machine, I have tools and drills and things that you've given me that feel true to me. So I've taken them and then I say, oh, I can apply this here in this way. Or you gave me something and I said, no, it doesn't feel right that way. I'll change it this way. And I make it my own. And so 100%. It really does start putting me in the power where I can now say, wait a second, I'm creator. I'm the boss. Wow, boy, I'm creating that. Do I want that? And then I can stop myself instead of wasting a year or wasting whatever, or, you know, I just really feel like it's a really powerful conversation because with everything going on, we are always at choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? We're at choice. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm just so grateful for you, who you are.
Thank you for today. And for sure, we'll do another one whenever you're ready. Just set it up. And please follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official. Register for the webinar on Sunday. I guarantee it will move all the furnitures in your head. I guarantee it will not be easy. I guarantee it will be effective.
Yes, it will.
So meirezra.com/yoga, www.meirezra.com/yoga, or my bio, the link in my bio in Instagram, so Meir Ezra Official Instagram. And if you're on Facebook, you can find me. It's easy. I'm all over there.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming out and doing this today, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone that joined us. There's a few Facebook users that I don't know who you are, but thank you. And Aaron, I see you. Thank you. And everyone that watched us in Instagram, thank you. And Amit and Swapna that organizing everything, and Shamaya and Gali, my son, that is unbelievable. And we have a new person that helping us, Hadar, my daughter. She just completed her high school and she started to work with us. And she now is responsible for all the preparing of the media and podcast and stuff like that. And she's doing an amazing job. So she's helping now, and it is so nice. And I'm so happy that she's with us. Yes. So it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.